Welcome to the Brief Box. With me in studio is Armand from Rovos Rail. Armand, thank you so much for your time. Let's start off with why you guys are here at Meetings Africa.
Thanks for having us. I think it's a really unique setting for a train like Rovos Rail to be in. We try to give amazing mice and incentive options that you really can't do anywhere else in the world. You get the opportunity to have a train experience rolled up with beautiful dining, amazing safari experiences, and that could be the vehicle to your MISO incentive event or the entire event.
It's quite interesting because in another conversation I was having around sort of luxury train travel, it's such a niche way of being able to see your neighborhood and the area. What is it about the experience with Rovos Rail that gets people calling and wanting to, experience it?
I think we have a few key differentiators when it comes to what makes us different to other luxury trains in the world. There's the obvious. I mean, we're not a hotel. It's not something that stands still. We take you to top destinations. But when it comes to other trains in the world, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that we're family owned and operated. Proudly South African all throughout. Everything on the train, all the food, the drink, the wine, everything is South African. So that's really important to us. We also have a private station. We're the only luxury train in the world to have one. So that's a huge benefit for us. From a mice and incentive side, you get the opportunity to have a private space for your gala dinner or the start to your function, and you can really customize it. So that's big for us. And then, of course, we offer 10 different Southern African countries.
Right.
Anything from a 2-night to a 16-night journey all the way to Tanzania or Angola, which is very, very unique. So that really differentiates us.
Okay, so tell me how it works. So you depart from Pretoria. Where do you depart from? And then it just goes on the train, different regions. How does it all work?
So there's 11 different journeys.
Okay.
Each of them can kind of be categorized by the region that they kind of concentrate on. So our Cape Town journey is inaugural. We started with that 35 years ago. It runs from Pretoria, where our private station is, to Cape Town, or in reverse. Same for our Durban Safari, and the same for our Victoria Falls journey, which is one of our more popular shorter journeys. There's a 3 and a 4-night option. But then the longer journeys could either start in Dar es Salaam all the way back to Cape Town, or from Cape Town to Dar es Salaam. So just imagine traversing through all those Southern African countries. The Namibian journey also departs from our station all the way up into Windhoek, or in reverse. So it really just depends on which region they're interested in and what really gets them going. Obviously, those longer journeys are very much focused on the FIT travelers, but we do see incentives and people looking at different regions in Southern Africa and reaching out to see if they can charter a full train.
Yes.
So they can take their delegates on a unique experience anywhere that they want to go, really. If there's a railway, we can take them.
Is it just one train, or do you have a couple of other?
6. So 6 full train sets. And a train set has 36 suites on.
Yes.
72 people can then share on that train. So if it's couples, it's 36 suites, 72 people.
That's amazing. Let's talk about the people who are interested in that train experience. Is it more younger people, or is it also the older generation? Who are the general in demand?
We had such a shift in that. I mean, before COVID, we really very much had like a 65 and up crowd on the longer journeys. But train travel has become such an amazing surge in the industry. And I think everybody loves the idea and the romance behind it. From Europe and from North America, we're seeing huge surges in family travel on our shorter journeys, so very multi-gen. And we're seeing more and more solo travelers, solo female travelers coming from North America and from Europe, which is wonderful to see as well. So now we've shifted probably into, on our shorter journeys, a 35 and up range on the Cape Town and Victoria Falls. Longer journeys, I would still say 55 and up, because you need a lot of time to do a 16-day journey.
And a lot of patience with the people you're traveling
For
with.
sure. It's almost a little bit like a social experiment on board. Different nations, different cultures. It's wonderful. You're really in a melting pot, and you get to experience the best of Southern Africa.
Apart from the experience of the different cabins and sort of the amenities within your carriages, what is the entertainment like, the food, etc., for somebody who's really interested in
The build up to Rovos is just, I think the anticipation is what gets you firstly. I mean, it's just, I'm going on the Rovos. But there's so much built into it. We have excursions along the way. So I'll take a short journey, for instance, our Dar es Salaam journey, our Cape Town journey. Cape Town stops in Maatjiesfontein, just outside of Cape Town. So you get to experience this Victorian cowboy town in the middle of the Karoo. Museum visit, the shortest bus tour you've ever done in your life. It's a 5-minute loop in this little cowboy town. And they get to walk around there as well. Then they continue on, and the next day they'll get off in Kimberley. So
Mm-hmm.
they'll go to the big mine, they'll go to De Beers for diamond shopping, as our internationals do. And on the other journeys, it's more safari focused. So we'll go to Matopos National Park and Wangi National Park on our Victoria Falls journey, and so forth. On the longer journeys, it becomes extremely exciting. You're doing sunset cruises, waterfall hikes, cultural visits to different villages. Food on board is a 4-course meal paired with the best South African wines. We keep it South African on board.
Yeah.
We do have our international hardtack in the bar. That's important. The internationals want it, but only MCC and South African wine, no French champagne, very purposefully that way.
Yes.
And on board, we have a full library. We have an historian on board the long journeys to do talks, and people can really learn a bit more about the different regions. So there's no shortage of things to do. Even card games, anything you can think of. We steer away from doing live performances on board. We really want to create a tranquil space, something that's classy and sophisticated. And people that come on Rovos want to relax. They want to be in their suite more than they're in the public spaces, because the suites are amazing.
Okay. So over the past couple of days, I mean, what's your experience of meetings Africa, some of the conversations that you've had?
I think what's really notable this year for us is we're seeing a lot more exposure from SA tourism side and from different media houses around the world that have just stopped by to have a quick chat and talk about Rovos, which is always great. Something like Rovos being family owned and operated is quite difficult in the landscape we're in South Africa. It means we have to put so much time and effort into promoting the product globally. We have to be in market constantly pushing it. So this is invaluable. It's wonderful to have the type of exposure that we have here today.
What kind of traction have you seen in marketing it to the world and the rest of South Africa who may not necessarily know of Rovos trade?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've predominantly always been to market when it comes to our marketing strategy. So that means there's a sales manager dedicated to every market in the world. I go to America for a few months in a year, and I do travel shows and take that business, and then we give it to the tour operators in South Africa and have them pushed through business to Rovos again. Yeah. So it's like a beautiful ecosystem that continues giving. We find it very important to partner with our local DMCs and agencies, because they are the ones who help us win.
Yeah. What's one of the most exciting things that people can look forward to, especially those who may be watching this video and thinking, you know what, Rovos Rail sounds exciting?
I think the biggest differentiator that I didn't mention earlier is our people. Rowan Voss, our owner, is magnetic. It's the best way to kind of describe him, and extremely tenacious. Working with railways in Africa is definitely no easy feat, and he's done it so gracefully. The people that work on the train have many times been there close to 30 years. They love the company and they've been there so long. I'm one of the newest in the team, so you can imagine walking into a team that's been there for many, many years. It's amazing, and you see this passion and it's palpable. But more than that, we promise to give them an African experience like no other. 5-star luxury at a wonderful rate, because most of our international agents actually think we're quite cheap.
Yes.
When you compare the rand rate to the dollar rate. But more than that, we promise to get guests to where they're supposed to go. Railways in Africa is not the easiest navigation, and we've learned over the years to pivot. I'm the master pivoter. You learn that very quickly at Rovos, and we've mastered that. And we have that promise to give them an exceptional experience in Africa.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure.
For more conversations and insights, you can follow our social media pages.